Okay, restart. Okay, so the first card that came up is the Ten of Cups. I'm using the Mythic Tarot. So here we have a couple, and this couple, according to the card, uh, are married. They have been married for some time now. They have raised children together, and they've been through so much. They have separated, they've come back again, and but they're actually at a point now where they're evaluating this relationship to see if they're going to continue along the way they are, of their changes. Because when you get to a ten of cups is telling you that a cycle has closed and that a new one is going to begin. But the card that is covering it is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is in where I'm seeing now is saying, reminding, it's confirming that they're married, and it's reminding them that in this situation there is a theme that has to do with beliefs and values. So it's saying that apparently we're apparently looking good here. We're putting on a front, maybe for others or for ourselves. We're trying to convince ourselves that everything is good. But there's something that's going on underneath, on the underneath everything, that is telling us that they're not being totally honest with each other at this time. And why I'm going to talk about that, because of what the rest of the cards are telling me. So there's a need to be honest, to come clean, and to speak about what's really happening underneath this apparent oneness. And we see here that we have two children here. This could be children, or it could be the attitude that both of this couple is having with each other. So we have air signs and we have fire signs. So I'm going to put Aries in the fire signs. So both are masculine elements. So both want to lead. One is more communicative than the other. One will rise to the occasion and act out more than the other. So what's going on is, there was a situation in the past. We have a five of swords here, and in this near future we have the five of fire, five of wands. So there's something going on here that's been like conflict. We need conflict resolution at this time. They're at a stalemate. There's something that does not allow for proper communication to continue. And there is a feeling that things have been sort of cold. But there's a situation that's been learned, a lesson has been learned, and we're going to leave it behind. One of these two have felt put on by the other. There has been a lot of criticism going on. There's been a lot of miscommunication, not being able to feel understood, both of them. There have been some arguments, have been some fights, and some disagreements and conflicts, and angry words spoken in haste. Such a waste of two lives. So things were said, and somebody's standing up for the things they've said. And they're blowing hot and cold here in this card. So right now, there needs to be a conversation where there is a clearing of the air. Somebody's still quite angry, even though this is something that happened some time ago. It could have been 5 months ago, and the situation that still needs to be dealt with, right? It hasn't gone away because there's still some underlying anger. So we're going to put it there. So yeah, I'm not talking about children here. I'm talking about this couple, right? Both of them are angry. They're like two angry children, I'm telling you. And so what's happening coming up in the near future is now that the Aries side of the equation has come up now, and there is something that needs both of you to cooperate here. So we have five of wands. So this situation is going to come up again because something is going to be said, something was said, right? That is causing unrest and is going to be confronted again. So now we have to become truthful. So we're looking at three fives here. We have the Hierophant, which is a five of swords, and five of wands. So we're at each other's throats, let us say, in this situation. So there's bumping of heads, and a need to be cooperative. Now, in this situation, Aries, you're so tired of going back to it again and being the feeling of being criticized. You know that there's a decision to make, and you've been trying to avoid this decision. You have been trying to avoid this decision because you want to continue, you want to just keep going, but not because you're particularly um, like this. It just feels easier to do that at this time for the peace of your partner, the peace of everything, man or woman, it really doesn't matter. But there is a feeling of, I'm just not ready. I cannot deal with this anymore. It's come to a problem here because when these disagreements happen, you tend to close up. Nobody wants to talk to each other. So there's a lot of silence here, right? When we're reading the cards, we have to find out what's really going on underneath. So not all card readings are going to be everything is hunky dory, everything is wonderful. So we need to be dealing with this. We know this has been an important year with eclipses for Aries and Libra, and look, we have fire and air. So there is something that needs to be done. The good thing is that there is someone who is close to you who's going to be able to give you some good advice. This could be a brother, it could be an uncle, it could be a father, it could be a friend, somebody who is connected to their emotions. And if that person doesn't exist, it's telling you that at some point you're going to come back to yourself and connect with the emotions. Yeah, connect with is what you're feeling. And luckily we don't have a 5 of cups here, but it's happened. When you get to the 10, you know that you've made a lot of advances in the emotional life. And so now we come to the card of the star. The star is speaking to us about really airing it out. She's opening Pandora's box, right? So she's seeing the good and the bad, and she's actually looking at the card, which is very close to what is the Temperance card. So there's a time of healing coming up for you. There is a time of purging, understanding why things are the way they are, and opening the lid of this box so that you can really see things as they are, so you can heal, so you can have some hope for the future and let all the bad things go. And then we come to the Fool. So when this attitude is taken, you forgive yourself, you forgive your partner, you forgive what's going on, you are able to start a new journey. And this is a personal journey. Married or not, this is a spiritual journey, and only you can take this journey. So it's saying it's time to take a leap of faith. It's time to get back to the basics. It's time to start thinking about yourself, because I see a lot of sacrifice here in this relationship. Apparently, maybe you're not on the same page. And if you are, we don't know. Each of you must take this journey. This is the most important thing. So take some time, Aries, for yourself. Go to a remote location, right? And think about what's going on. Think about, because none of you, neither you nor your partner, is in a very happy state of mind. There is a lot of conflict. There is a lot of discussions. There's a lot of bumping heads. There is, so we have to figure out where is the love, right? So come back to your heart is what they're saying. Come back to the heart. Yeah. Um, Come back to what's going on, to the reasons why you came together. Decide if you're going to continue in this era, because in all these 10 cards we have 3 swords. We have the 5 going over to the 8. Things are just going from bad to worse because we're not communicating the way it should be. There is unrest, it just feels uncomfortable, right? And the way that we treat each other is not the best of ways, right? The voices have been raised, we have said certain things. And so three swords are going to take me to the 3 of Swords. So there has been something that we feel irremediably lost. There is heartbreak. So there's time to you're going to have to cut your losses, or you're going to have to do something about it. It's also shows us that there are 2 wands, which is going to represent the 2 of Wands. So there's a lot of going towards confrontation, like you can't hold it in anymore. There's like a lot of impulsivity to be running towards the situation. And then you come to a point where you realize that, if you're not going to be working together, then something is not. But I still see that there is a point of contention here. There is a point of contention of what's in the dragon's mouth, right? Which is the golden fleece. So maybe there is something having to do with a child here. Yeah, if not both of you in a family situation. Don't be childish. No, okay. Then we're also seeing that there's two of cups. There's two cups. So there's a king of cups who would represent the male in this situation, who may be the one that has to come home to the heart. And I would think that this is somebody who is external because they're in the area that is going to help you to remember who you are and what it is. So everybody's got wings here. Everybody has a different guardian angel. You have a different spiritual path. And so we come now to where higher guidance comes into play here. We are leaving behind the lower energies because when Chiron steps in, Chiron says, this is Chiron, the wounded healer. There's something that we have to fix here. And this actually comes from our childhood. It comes from the patterns that we grew up and saw our parents emulate. We want to emulate what they have done, and they have only, they're as their parents were. So even the grandparents are here. So this is really a family situation. And there is healing going on because Chiron is going to heal our hope for the future. It's going to heal our inner child, and it's going to give us the opportunity to begin a healing journey, right? So this is really a good thing that's going to happen. You're going to be able to each of you may go into some kind of therapy with the King of Cups. He might be a mediator. We do not know. Karen could be a mediator. And so you're going to see all the things that you've not been able to talk about, the things that you've been sweeping under the rug. Please, it's time to let it out because all the good and bad must come out. Because you cannot be in a union if there is no truth. If you cannot speak your truth. If when the time comes to speak your truth and to speak, there's something holding you back. There's swords in your throat. It hurts a lot. Yeah, this is very, very hurtful. It's very hurtful, and this is aggression, physical aggression. Like, I feel like I want to bust up some glasses or something here, and because of the treatment, we're not treating each other right. So there is some kind of liberation here. When you speak your truth, you're able to come out of the cave because he's actually spent some time in the cave with Chiron, and Chiron is saying, go with God's blessings here, right? And go and heal thyself. So this is a card of complete and total understanding, right? So we're going to go to the Temperance card and we'll learn to get things in perspective here. So I really like how things are going to work out for Aries for this time. Okay, take care, Aries, until December.